crypto hop here. Is the market being manipulated? Yes, it is. I mean, it's clear as day, and I say that because a lot of the experts in this space who charge money for clients to do, they're saying it. So, okay, is it intentionally being manipulated? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Hey, and I also want to say thank you so much to new subscribers that came on this channel. I really appreciate it. You guys don't know, how hard it's work. And that's why I talk about percentages. The amount of money, people get weird with that dollar amount type discussion, and it's kind of thing to where uh, as long as we're building on a percentage basis, it doesn't matter. When you learn to spend less than you bring in, that's when life starts to open up. At least it did for me. When I got the magic formula on, okay, it doesn't matter how much money you bring in, it really doesn't. Are you disciplined enough to spend less than what you bring in? It's that simple. Okay, so I think I will show you this here. This is Popliano, man. This guy, I've seen this guy go to bat. He gets hammered for years on end about Bitcoin being fake money and this, and he always stuck to his guns. But I respect what this gentleman says, and I'm just going to show you. I think it's like a 30-second clip here of him being interviewed on. Is this CNB? Oh, this is actually Fox right here. Okay, check this out about
$15
manipulation.
billion liquidation in crypto assets last week. Can you just tell me, if you were sitting around a dinner table with a bunch of guys and women who are involved in crypto, and you've been doing this for a long time, I said, why do you think that happened? I mean, that's a chunk of change to see in one single week flee this area.
I think there's three things that happen, right? So first of all, is President Trump is very smart. He understands markets very well. There's a reason why he said what he said after market hours. So he waited for the stock market to close, and then he said this. Obviously, there's some after hours trading that happens, and you saw stocks trade down. But really, the only market that was open was Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that's where you went ahead and you saw that sell-off. Then Sunday night, he went abracadabra, let's make the market go back up. And he stepped in about an hour before futures open, and he went and he actually revived the market. And so I think that's a big part of it, is just he's doing things in hours where the stock market isn't open. The second thing is that you're starting to get some frothiness in the market. If Bitcoin's price is going up and people think Q4 is going to be really positive, as it historically is, average return in Q4 for Bitcoin is 60%, then people start to put leverage on. And so getting that reset is really important.
I know you long enough to know that you don't love putting in year-end targets and things like that.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. There you have it. Is it intentional? Some of it is, yes, but there's manipulation going on all over the place. And so, if you're experiencing some uneasiness or a little stress, and you have money in the market, it's good for you. It's positive stress because it's going to happen no matter what. So right now, we're learning to deal with stressful market conditions properly. We don't make rash decisions and do things out of the blue. That's why we set our stop losses and support and resistant levels and things like that. Let's look at some charts. Okay, I'm going to bring up a Bitcoin chart right here for starters. Wow. And I'm telling you, man, okay, the support level 108, it broke through the support. Now if my position in Bitcoin was a little bit bigger in terms of percentage wise in my portfolio, I would pull some Bitcoin off the table. But my Bitcoin is a longer term holding mentality. It's store of value for me. Okay. Now, if we do have this big pump up to 150 to 200K, I will pull some profits. You're not, again, you're not successful or profitable until you take money off the table as an investor. That's another thing I've learned. I've seen my portfolio pump and go up. I bought the top in 21. I kept buying the top, and I saw, well, this is easy. This is great. I never took my profits, and it messed with my head. But you got to stay diligent, and have your own plan for this thing. Now we broke through. What's this going to close at today? Okay, so we've got to see where this closes today. The start of the new candle after this one, big indicator right here. Now, next chart. Let's go up here to Ethereum. Similar story. It broke the support here. You see this? That support level at that 3,800. the body of the candle isn't as big. It had the wick shot back up. It's a rubber band back up here. Again, I got to see how this plays out at the end of the day. I didn't have plans on liquidating my Bitcoin or my Ethereum, but my XRP, I do have plans to get out. Okay, now 229. I mean, okay, here's the XRP chart. Smaller body. This wasn't like this morning. I'm liking to see each one of the higher market caps. I mean, as we go to the smaller market caps, the body of the candle is shrinking on that support level. If we close above that 230, I have a note. I'm taking some of my XRP off the table if we broke this 230 line. It's just smart investing. You have to. I got in a long time ago. Okay, you got to take some profits at some point in time. I've told myself if it did break between this underneath this 230. Okay, so I'm thinking out loud right now. I just wanted to share that full disclosure. So Solana, that one's closed. Solana stayed a little bit above the support level right here. See this line right here, people? It dipped down below it, but it's behaving a little more properly. It's still down overall. Okay, if you look at this wider range from this 246 below this 200, so it's still below that $200 mark right here that I like better. So a little happier with my Solana position. And then so here's what, okay, React. Hey, look at the React chart. This makes me comfortable. This makes me comfortable, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the big drop off last week, we didn't get as vulnerable. Now remember, this is a small market cap. I think it's under 40 million. It's a tiny market cap, but usually these smaller market caps are more volatile. So this is telling me that the community behind React is not stupid. This React community, and I'm new. I just bought some of this a couple of days ago. Move my XLM over into this React project, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. It's a little bit less volatility. This has to do with their fundamentals. And the problem that this company is solving is huge on the crypto blockchain. They work with different blockchains. It's very difficult to bridge between blockchains, but React is creating a smoother transition on to work back and forth with different blockchains to solve this real world problem of storing assets that retail investors own on their own on the Web3 chains. So I love React, what I'm seeing so far. So and then lastly, people, this VIX index right here, this is the volatility index that when this VIX index is up, okay, the higher risk assets usually dump. So as of this candle yesterday, this big green one would mean that volatile asset classes would be selling off, and they did. Okay, now look what we see today. This VIX index is down quite a bit, which could mean positivity in the more volatile asset classes, which is cryptocurrency. All right, people, I wanted to share that's the information. I'm just sitting here personally by myself going through all this stuff. I just wanted to share it with you today. That's where I'm sitting. That's my personal thing. And just know overall, look, there's manipulations in these markets. And just so read the news. Look at fundamentals of the projects that you put money into. Okay, these are all big things that do affect this market. And so, man, going into the weekend, I'm a little irritated. I'm a little uneasy and a little stressed. So what do you do as a human being when you get into this mindset? Hey, go do something. Go take your dog for a walk. Go take some hike. If you got some trails around here, just go for a little walk. Get outside, maybe hit the gym. You know, these are things that get some physical activity. I actually have a stump to pull in my property. I'm gonna grab my Jeep, but it's actually my son's Jeep. He's out of town, but he's leaving here. He's got a big old 12,000 pound winch. I'm gonna see if this winch can support pulling this thing. And then I gotta weld my other trailer hitch up with a. So just distract your mind from the stress of what's going on here, and see if you can have a better day. Going in the weekend, do something fun, plan a barbecue or whatever. Try to have fun out there. All right, Crypto Hop signing off, and I really appreciate the new subscribers. I can't tell you, man. I really appreciate you guys coming in here, supporting the channel. And then lastly, your hydrogen water. I got this sitting here. When you push the button, this hydro water puts hydrogen gas into your water. There's 1,400 studies on the website. I got my link in the description, and it's on my homepage there. Check it out if you're interested. Is a trader, is an investor, things can be stressful. I'm not joking. My hydro helps me calm down a little bit. So with that said, Crypto Hop signing off. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you all.